Hello, welcome to our video. It's O219 or Ultimate Gamer 19,000. I'm here today to discuss to you all how 1D&D tried to fix the multi-classing problem, but failed pretty badly. Before this video starts, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, let's just get right into today's video. So as you can tell from the intro and thumbnail, you can probably tell that I'm talking about how D&D, there is a multi-classing problem. If you want to hear me talk about how it affects 5e at least, make sure to click a video, check the cards. I made a video on it. But overall, kind of sum that video up. I basically mentioned how in D&D, multi-classing out of late level features almost never hurts you because the late level features kind of suck booty. It's something like I don't really like. I mean, it's something I hate in D&D 5e at least is when it comes to the monk, it has really bad scaling in later levels. When it comes to the paladin, sorcerers exist, like stuff like that. It's very aggravating because it's like wow, they kind of dropped the ball with this one because they continue to release more and more subclasses that their late level features just suck. So it's like there's no point, just multi-class out because their earlier features are always so much stronger. And I feel like 1D&D tried to fix that by buffing late level features, but the buff because they buffed some late level features but then nerfed other ones, the earlier features, which really just makes it like damn, there's just no point anymore. So yeah, my first example here is the monk. Now, overall, the monk is extremely more powerful. As you can tell, all of these features are extremely strong. Hidden discipline, deflect energy, all very powerful. All very powerful abilities. But when it comes to the thing is, in most D&D campaigns, I want to say people usually end at around the levels of 12 to 13. 12, 15, 13, around there. So I'm going to be using like the level 12. Let's say by level 12 your campaign's ending. So I'm going to tell you how a level 12 character would be affected by multi-classing at least. And is it there really anything bad? So for example, if you were to multi-class with the monk, what would you be missing out if you took one level of fighter or rogue? Wait, where's rogue? What would you be missing out if you took one level of fighter or rogue instead of that 12th level monk ASI? Now, first of all, by now you could easily get up to a 20 dexterity and probably like a 16 wisdom, which honestly is gonna serve you pretty damn well. You're gonna be fine. You don't really need much more. Yeah, your saving throws for stunning strike will be a little worse. Again, check my video why I think stunning strike is a complete and utter trap. I think it's a horrible feature. It's a Bars Gate 3 video, but it also does really like help out this video in a general sense. But overall, let's see if when you multi-class one level into fighter, you get weapon masteries. Now, if you don't know what weapon masteries is, let me explain it to you. Weapon masteries is a really cool new feature in 1D&D. Basically, if you are proficient with a weapon and have the weapon masteries property, you can access a weapon mastery. And the weapon mastery that I really want to speak about is Nick. When you make an extra attack of the light property, you can make it as a part of the attack action instead of as a bonus action. You can still make this extra attack once per turn. Now the Nick property is really powerful, even more powerful when it's combined with the monk. Because with the monk, thanks to their D8 unarmed strike die by level 5, they're going to be able to get an extra attack that instead of doing like a D6 or D8, does an additional one, I know a D6 or a D4, does an additional D8 point of damage, and also frees up their bonus action, allowing them to do their flurry of blows and all of that really cool stuff. And that is all comes from one level dip of fighter. You also get a fighting style, so you could take dueling if you're still wielding a weapon for some reason. Also, the dedicated weapon feature that monks get, you can now use a rapier, longsword, or great axe in my personal, no battle axe, as your monk weapon, making it a D10 damage, which is higher than a D8. So I think that's basic math, but still, so now you can get a D10 weapon, but still be doing a bunch of D8 attacks. But for an example, you can't actually do that because you still have to use a light weapon, so ignore that. But still, I mean, even at then, your light weapon's now going to be guaranteedly doing a D8 amount of damage, which still is extremely high, and you still have your bonus action that's completely free. As you can tell, taking one level fighter provides you a lot of benefits. And yes, some may say that, oh, an ASI can also provide similar level of benefit. But if we're being honest, taking one level fighter at level level six, character level 6 gives you so much more than level 12 of monk really does, or any of these, or honestly any of these features really do. Like having basically getting extra attack, the second version, is extremely powerful, especially for monks thanks to their martial arts dice. So overall, what I'm saying is that as a monk, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot if you don't take at least a fighter or a rogue level. Now, at level 1, rogues get a bunch of really good features. They get expertise, sneak attack, and weapon masteries. All of these features are stuff that monks really could want. Expertise to get proficiency in sleight of hand and stealth are two very good, or sleight of hand and perception checks, those are really good options. Or sneak attack, which you can now do if you take weapon mastery Nick, and use two light weapons that have the finesse property. Newsflash, almost every light weapon has the finesse property. And also, I mean, weapon mastery, so you can actually use Nick. Those, of course, are the obvious. But still, even also another weapon mastery you can get, I think, is the Vex property. When you hit a creature with a weapon and do damage to the creature, you have advantage on your next attack roll if you use a finesse or light property weapon. And since you get two weapon masteries as a rogue, you can first do an additional stab with your Vex weapon, then use Nick to gain advantage on that additional attack you're making as a part of the attack action, which also procs sneak attack and giving you a bunch of damage. As you can see, taking a level of rogue, in my opinion, is so much better than taking that 12 or honestly any level of monk. The only level of monk that really kind of concise, like that really kind of goes head to head, is level 10, because hidden discipline and self restoration are two really good abilities. But at character level 12, you will be able to get hidden discipline and weapon masteries. And even at character level 11, you'll still be able to get all of this cool stuff. So this kind of poses the question, is it really even worth it to take a single class monk? Oh, wait, that's so embarrassing. My storage is full. Uh, oh God. But okay, that aside from that, is it really worth it? Because if you're playing, and heck, even if you're playing a a level 10 character, it still will be worth it to take that one level of rogue dip, because just that extra attack will provide more value than your hidden discipline feature. It just will provide more value no matter what. As you can see, this is a very glaring issue that can be easily fixed if they just gave monks weapon masteries, which sadly they did have it, but now they no longer do. And as you can see, this kind of promotes multiclassing. Multiclassing. My fault. My voice just dropped there. Make sure to drink water. This promotes multiclassing, like, which I know the designers don't like, because they've said it on record that they don't like multi-classing. They much prefer single classing because it makes the game easier to balance and less annoying for the DMs. Which, yes, is all fair and true, but still, when there is such an obvious flaw that can be so easily fixed by giving monks one feature that completely just destroys multi-classing for monks, there's really no reason to just not give monk weapon mastery, because in reality, it just completely fixes that core issue. Now, another way they've kind of tried to fix multi-classing but failed miserably is with the Paladin and Warlock. Now, with the nerf to Smite, a lot of people are saying, well, I guess Paladin isn't as good now. But when we look at the fact that now taking one level of Warlock has infinitely gotten much better, really kind of pushed into questioning, like, wow, is there really any point to play a single classed Paladin anymore? If you don't know, Warlocks now get Eldritch Invocations at level 1. Meaning, you can now, and also now since all packed boons are now Eldritch Invocations at level 1, you can take a first level Warlock dip or a feat and get packed to the blade, allowing you to use any simple or martial weapon with your charisma property. There's no if or buts, there's no limitations. It just has to be a simple or martial weapon, and you can now attack with your charisma modifier permanently. This feature is very strong for an obvious reason. This allows paladins to be less single classed. Now, you may be mentioning, but you must have a 13th strength to use a what's it called, a longsword or a greatsword. Okay, yeah, because the problem with the paladins is they wanted a 16 constitution, strength, and charisma. Now, okay, taking off 3 points from your strength is massive. Heck, or even put two more points and just get a 15th strength and wear heavy armor. But even if you don't want to, that doesn't even really matter. Or take dwarf, so then you can still be wearing heavy armor. Well, you can't be using a great sword unless someone cast enlarge reduce on you. Which, yeah, well, that's aside from the point. Also, the fact that warlocks, they just get Eldritch Blast, which gives the paladin a long range feature that is just inherently broken. And also, this is not mentioning the fact that sorcerers can now take one level of warlock, get a spell slot that recharges on a short rest, which can be used to gain meta. What is it called? Not meta magic. No, it's meta magic points. Like I forgot what they're called. My brain farted there. Wait, huh? I can just check real quick. It allows them to get what? Oh damn, what is it? No, it's not meta mag. Is it meta magic points? No, there's no. Oh yeah, it's sorcery points. Oh, my brain just completely farted. Which allows them to now regenerate sorcery points every short rest, which sorcerers want. Because even if it's just one can fully be the difference between you twinning a spell or not twinning it. And also now, since you get packed Eldritch Invocations at first level, you can now take a level 1 Warlock dip, get Eldritch Blast, then take Agonizing Blast and adding your Charisma modifier to your Eldritch Blast, which you used to have to take 2 levels of Warlock. Now you only have to take 1 level of Warlock. And here's the worst part of this whole thing. Now you can simply take 1 level of 2 levels of Warlock, get yourself Agonizing Blast, um, what is it? What else is it? Pact of the Blade, and then Pact of the Tome, which because Pact of the Tome is also a first level Eldritch Invocation, which gives you a free spell slot, just complete for free, and ritual casting, which sorcerers want ritual casting. So now what you can do, you can take 2 levels of Warlock, gain 2 packed boons, 1 Eldritch Invocation, 3 additional spell slots, 2 of them which recharge on a short rest, then take a couple levels of Paladin, and then the rest of Sorcerer, and you have one hell of a build. That is a very offensive, very defensive, very just good build in general. Or heck, just screw the Warlock, or just honestly, screw the Sorcerer levels. Take 2 levels of Paladin, take 2 levels of Warlock on your Paladin, and you have a guy that can smite almost every single fight consistently that attacks with their charisma. May not be wearing heavy armor, but honestly, who needs heavy armor? You're attacking with charisma. You can't cast shield, but you can just Eldritch Blast away if you're worried about getting hit. And also, if your aura protection, your saving throws is now getting infinitely better because you don't need to invest in your strength modifier and can invest that on your charisma or intelligence. As you can see there, I'm kind of rambling a little bit, so I'll get it back. But multi-classing has gotten even stronger now. Taking 1 or 2 level dips has just become the meta for almost every single build. And hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. As a power gamer, I love the fact that now I can just take 1 level of one class and my build is infinitely stronger. But as a person who makes homebrew, who knows how to balance stuff relatively well, I realize that this is a massive kind of shooting yourself in the foot with the multi-classing problem. And I know some DMs hate multi-classing, others love it. And overall, I feel like this really isn't fixing the multi-classing problem. This is kind of just putting a really weak bandage on it. It's not even that. It's putting a bandage that doesn't even have like the cotton inside. It's just the part that sticks to your skin. So it's not even working. It's it's kind of just like, oh yeah, we added this stuff, which we buffed monks, so now they shouldn't be as bad. Oh, we made paladins worse. So like, either ways, it's like now when they nerfed stuff like the paladin, it kind of promotes multiclassing more because taking less levels of paladin is just better. And overall, then they didn't fix multiclassing. Multiclassing is still extremely broken, and still it's not even easier now. Because, yeah, back then, taking like 6 levels of one class and switching out could be confusing. But now, I'm telling my players, take 2 levels. No, screw that. Take 1 level of one class. And then you never have to worry about multiclassing again. You can just take all of it. You can take one level of Warlock, then 19 levels of Paladin, then never have to worry about that again. That's inherently so much easier now to multiclass and so much easier to make optimized, disgustingly strong builds. So when it comes to multiclassing, it hasn't been fixed, which isn't inherently bad, but isn't inherently good either. Again, these are my opinions. If you differ, make sure to nicely leave them down below. But yeah, that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy this video, want to see more stuff like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. And yeah, that's it from your boy, OT19, signing out. Peace.